Hey everyone, I'm Brian Larsen. I'm a musician, producer, business owner, and unfortunately for my bank account, a fan of Apple products. So I wanted to make this quick video for you to unbox the new 15-inch Touch Bar MacBook Pro. I was one of the first to order the new 15-inch MacBooks, and so I just received it a few minutes ago, and I wanted to kind of walk through the unboxing and talk a little bit about what it looks like, why I picked it, and why you might be interested in it. So, I haven't even taken the shrink wrap off yet. There it is, new MacBook Pro. For the sake of comparison, I'm going to be doing some side-by-sides with my old late 2013 15-inch MacBook Pro. So, you can get to sort of take a look firsthand at what the thickness looks like. I can talk about the weight a little bit and just kind of go from there. If you're at all interested in the new MacBooks, then you're probably familiar with the basic specs. I decided to go ahead and upgrade from the base model a little bit. So I went with a terabyte solid state drive and the 2.7 gigahertz processor. So I'll talk about all that in a second, but basically I got space gray here, so you can take a look for comparison, the space gray versus the the silver, which is all that was available in previous models. I personally think the space gray looks really sleek, really attractive. Unfortunately, as you may be aware, there's no illuminated Apple logo. So in the old models, of course, you'd open it up and you'd see the illuminated logo. That is no more. I wanted to get a spec case for the new MacBook, but those aren't available yet. So what I ended up doing is I ordered a sleeve, Lacdo sleeve, L-A-C-D-O. So this is, I got it on Amazon for like 13 bucks. It's a sleeve for the new MacBook. So I'm going to open it up here and take a quick look. But basically, in the box, you've got the Apple stickers, not really any instructions per se. You've got the charging cable and the brick here. So the old MacBooks came with the extension cord. This does not. So this is literally just the, I guess, USB-C to USB-C cable and the brick that plugs into it. Now, what's interesting about the brick is obviously they're not interchangeable because this has a USB-C plug. So if something happens, you can't use your old MacBook plugs. You're going to have to get a completely new one. Which, whatever. I mean, if you're willing to spend that much money on a laptop, then you're probably willing to get a new power supply. But something to consider. So that all works. Plug it in. Seems pretty easy there. The computer itself has 4 USB-C inputs. And so, obviously that's a problem. That was a sticking point for me, and I was kind of on the fence about whether or not I was willing to give this a try, despite the fact that it didn't have any USB inputs, didn't have an SD card slot, which I know for a lot of people was a deal breaker. Ultimately, I decided that it wasn't a deal breaker for me. I went out and purchased. Actually, online, Apple offered free shipping. I got a couple of dongles, and not that I want to be carrying these around, but I was interested enough in the new MacBook, so what choice did I have? So this is a USB-C to USB adapter. I got this so that it came a couple of days before my MacBook, so I have it ready. Apple had these on sale. They were like $9, I think, so significantly cheaper than the list price. And then I also got a USB-C to Lightning cable, the 1 meter cable, which was on sale for $19, I believe. That's all US dollars. Again, so we're talking what, 38 bucks or something. If you're willing to spend a few $1,000s on a computer, then you're probably willing to buy the dongles. Whether you're willing to carry them around or not is another story. So We've also got a 3.5mm headphone jack, a standard headphone jack, which a lot of people were worried would get removed from the new MacBook. That may have been a deal breaker for me, just because I hate wireless headphones, Bluetooth headphones, and I didn't want to go that route. So anyway, doing a bit of a side-by-side comparison here, using my 2013 MacBook Pro for reference, you can see the trackpad is absolutely enormous compared to the 2013. You've got the butterfly keys, which have a completely different sensation. Fortunately, they're the second generation butterfly keys, so they feel a bit more smooth than the 12-inch MacBooks that came out a couple of years ago. And you can see here, I'm at the startup screen, and the touch bar is already activated. It's got brightness control, keyboard backlight brightness control, and a volume control. So basically, it wants me to set it up from scratch. I'm going to do it from a time machine backup so that I can easily restore the files from my old 2013 MacBook. I went through the effort over the weekend of updating to Sierra on my old MacBook and then running a backup of that for the purpose of being able to hopefully seamlessly transition here. And I made sure from a music production standpoint and from Final Cut Pro standpoint that the majority of the plugins that I wanted to use were going to work seamlessly, and surprisingly they did. So I'm really hoping and really thinking that for the most part for me this is going to be a seamless transition. I'm going to go from a 500 gigabyte hard drive to a terabyte solid state. This one is supposed to be lightning fast. But basically, that's what we're looking at here. I really, again, think the space gray is an attractive color. I'm going to have to decide whether or not I want to take the risk and just use the soft case, or if when Spec releases their hard cases like what I used for my old MacBook, if I'm going to go down that road. But I wouldn't want to do anything that was going to, cover up this, I think, pretty striking and attractive color. So that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, I'm going to be setting up the MacBook and getting used to it and seeing what it feels like. Please feel free to leave a comment. I'll definitely answer to the best of my ability. As you can tell, I'm not really an IT person, but I'm a pretty avid Mac user. So from a sort of everyday standpoint or a production standpoint, I guess I sort of represent what most people are going to be looking for in the MacBook. So that's all. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.